Greetings, everyone. I am James Milan, and this is the Town Hall Update, and with a new look in that we welcome our new Town Manager, Sandy Pooler, for the first of these updates. Hello, Sandy.
Hello, James. Nice to see you. Glad to be on the show.
Yeah, very glad to see you as well. Welcome to the position. Imagine you thought your summer might be a little bit more leisurely than it's turning out to be, but
Well, it is keeping me busy, but so far I've mostly been able to oil the machine, and it's been going on its own pretty well. So I'm happy.
that's great. Thank you so much for continuing these updates. They're an important part of the communication in town. So thanks for doing that. Lots to talk about as always for these. We'll talk about the Tree City Growth Award the town recently received, and we'll talk about some changes in personnel through town or some new personnel coming in. But first, let's start with Broadway Plaza. Broadway Plaza, as anybody who has passed it in the last few days would notice, has undergone some real change. So why don't you just tell us what the situation is there and what residents should know about those changes?
So we are very happy that we've completed the renovation of Broadway Plaza. This is a culmination of a multi-year project where we replaced the sidewalks all through the town center. The plaza itself, the work on that had to wait a little bit because the MWRA needed to do some fairly substantial work under the plaza. So the downside of that was that we had to wait a little bit. The upside of that was that then the MWRA covered 70% of the $350,000 that it cost to renovate the plaza. The work has meant a smoother surface. It improves accessibility for the public. It is designed to foster community events. So it's a big, broad area. The businesses along there are able to put some of their tables out there. There are also public benches where people can sit. We are having a ribbon cutting ceremony this coming Tuesday. I've got to pick out which set of scissors I'm going to bring for the ribbon cutting.
Go ahead and tell us. So the date for that will be
It'll be Tuesday, July 19th at 10 a.m.
There you go.
We will have speakers from the MWRA because of all their work on the plaza. Chamber of Commerce, I'll make a few remarks. And we may or may not have the DPW Mike Rademacher, director, speak. But if he doesn't, I'd like to now give thanks to him for the work that he did in coordinating this whole thing. I'd also just like to acknowledge VHB, which designed the plaza, the D'Alessandro Corporation, which did all the sidewalk work, and Abanese D&S Corporation that actually did the plaza work. So I think it looks great. I've been down there, and I think it will be a great new location for the public to come out and enjoy, and I hope people do.
Yes, indeed. I noticed in passing by myself that there are a number of young trees there. There, within the next couple of years, there will be a lot of natural shade to go with the rest of the improvements that you mentioned. So we look forward to enjoying that for years and years to come. Sorry, moving on. I had mentioned at the outset that Arlington has garnered yet another award, which is, I think, maybe a fourth consecutive Tree City Award. You'll tell us. But we also received a growth award from the National Arbor Day Foundation. So just tell us a little bit about those and what we can expect. Well, just tell us about the awards, I guess. Let's celebrate for a second.
All right. Well, as you mentioned in talking about the plaza, trees are very important to the town for shade, for combating climate change, and just for making this a pleasant town. For the 20th year in a row, we have been recognized as a tree city for our commitment to preserving our natural treescape. This year, for the 4th year in a row, we've been recognized for our Growth Award. It means that we go sort of above and beyond what a lot of other communities do. In particular, there was mention for the work that we've done to combat the emerald ash borer, which is an insect that was introduced in this country about 20 years ago, unfortunately from Asia. It really attacks its ash trees, and we've been undertaking efforts to combat that. Arlington has had a long commitment to protecting our tree canopy. We plant about 200 to 300 new trees a year. We have a full-time tree warden, which not every community has, and that's Tim LeQueve, and he really does a great job. I've seen him out there watering trees and talked to him about the status of trees. We've created a tree inventory, which is another thing that people know we should do, but not everybody gets around to. So all those things, Tim's work, we have our tree committee work, and all the DPW tree division workers have really worked together to make sure that our canopy is alive, healthy, and growing.
Great. Since our last town hall update, there have been a number of kind of personnel changes and new personnel coming into town. So tell us about that, please.
Well, we're very happy to bring on 6 new recruits to the police department, 4 of whom are Arlington High School graduates, so it's nice to have hometown people working here in town. We also just brought in 2 batches of fire recruits for a total of 8 new recruits. And it's fun to talk to these young people, to see their commitment to public service. And I also happened to be on the interview committee at the time for a number of these people. So these men and women are going to add to what is a great community public safety force on both our police and fire. I look forward to integrating them in with the citizens. They're going to go through 12 weeks of training matched up with another police officer for the police and the fire for fire. So then they'll be out and among the regular staff and serving us. So that is a welcome addition. We're now fully staffed both in police and fire. The other big change is that Charlie Foskett has stepped down as chair of the Finance Committee. He's remaining on the Finance Committee, but Christine Deschler has now taken over. Charlie has done a tremendous job for this town for a number of years, serving on the Finance Committee, serving as chair of the Capital Planning Committee. He knows the town's finances backwards and forwards, and it's always been my pleasure talking with Charlie about our fiscal situation, about our needs for overrides from time to time, and about making sure that we're spending tax dollars wisely. So much kudos to Charlie for his long and very valuable career to the town. The other person I'd like to give a little call out to is Christine Bongiorno, our Health and Human Services Director. She recently received a state heroine award for her work. It was sponsored by Senator Cindy Friedman. It was really, I think, Christine's work has really been phenomenal. We are very lucky to have her here in Arlington. Her work around COVID, around making sure that people have been housed and fed in the town, make sure that our town offices have been safe, that employees have been safe, is really been cutting edge, and she's well deserving of that. I'd also just briefly like to mention Allie Carter, who recently moved from working here in Arlington to working in Lowell as our economic development coordinator. Allie did tremendous work for the town. She has done a lot around COVID recovery. She's done a lot around our arts organizations in town. And notably, she helped bring Arlington's first beer garden here. So depending on your point of view, you have many reasons to thank Allie.
Absolutely. Welcome indeed to our new police officers, our new firefighters, and best, and kudos to, as you say, Charlie for his long service, and to Christine for her recent recognition for tremendous work, as you say, and best of luck to Allie. So, lots and lots of changes continuing to happen. You're going to be a busy man as you contribute, I'm sure, to the process of filling the positions as some of our directors and other town officials have moved on to other opportunities. So good luck with all of that. Anything that we have not covered that we should?
I just wanted to mention one final thing that is near and dear to my heart and to the hearts, I think, of a lot of Arlington residents, is that we've just launched our Electrify Arlington website. This is a plan that's part of the town's net zero action plan. It's a long-term goal to try to get Arlington to be 100% on the electric grid and to get us off of fossil fuels. We know that fossil fuels contribute to tremendously to the greenhouse problem. So we also know that about 62% of our greenhouse emissions come from our buildings, about 36% come from transportation. So in this Electrify Arlington campaign, I think people can find information about how to electrify their homes, get more information about cars. There are lots of things that people can do to make this a greener town than it already is and to help save our planet. So I encourage people to look at the website and to take some action to help with this very important cause.
Yes, we at ACMi are really excited about the work that we're currently doing with sustainability coordinator or manager, I think, Talia Fox and Town Hall, to produce videos that will both instruct, inform, and inspire people to make these changes as you just described. So I'm sure that we will get a lot of both interest and subscription for the changes that Electrify Arlington involves, because after all, we are Arlington and we are
Yes.
out there in the vanguard in general around this stuff. So thanks for mentioning that, and thanks for being here. Congratulations on as we close out your first town hall update, and we look forward to so many more over the next year while you remain in the town manager position. Again, congratulations for that. Best of luck.
Thank you very much, James. My
And we
pleasure.
will, great. We will see you next month, and with an anticipation that in the fall we may return to bi-weekly town hall updates, but for the remainder of the summer, we will stick with the monthly. So enjoy the rest of your July, Sandy Pooler. I have been speaking, of course, with Sandy as our new town manager. I am James Milan. This is the Town Hall Update. We appreciate Sandy's time, and we appreciate yours as well. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.